Okay, it says it's being sent to YouTube. Let's see if they're telling the truth. Okay. All right, I think I'm here. Excellent. Okay. Oh, no, I do not want to have a reverberation in here. No, not at all. Okay. So I have to tell you, I'm not going to look at my live stream chat tonight. Okay. Sorry, my shirt's slipping around. You look in the mirror and your hair looks fine. Then you get on camera and you're like, no, not so fine. Oh well, keeping it real, right? Keeping it real. All right, and so in the back, you can see I still have unpacking to do, but I have made a lot of progress. I have actually unpacked 10 boxes so far, and a lot of stuff. And it's not just a matter of unpacking. As I'm taking things out of the box, I'm divvying everything up to see, like, is it tools, office supplies, stamp sets, dies, like mixed media stuff, albums, like what is it? And I'm putting them into piles of by topic, sort of. You know what I mean? And I'm deciding if there's things I'm going to keep. And if I'm not keeping them, what am I going to do with them? Am I throwing them out, giving them away, selling them, whatever? So it's a lengthy, lengthy process, but I'm very excited that it is coming along as nicely as it is. And I'm so excited because I got the lighting done. The lighting's all done. I got all the new plugs put in. That's all finished. And I do not have one extra light shining here right now. All right. It's all the new lights that are put in. So I'm so excited about that because having to have all those extra lights all the time is really a nuisance. All right, you got to have plugs for them. You got to have them out of sight, but there so that they're giving you the light you need. But I think you're going to be pretty amazed when I go to my overhead camera how great the lighting is. And it's just overall, like it's just so good. So still lots to work on, but we're getting there. And I am also excited, if you're in the Calgary area, to let you know that I'm going to have my first workshop wind up of the new year. And it's been a while since I've had one because of the flood. On January 18th, it's a Saturday. All right. And if you are one of my VIPs, it's absolutely free to come. If you're not one of my VIPs, it's $15 for the day. And I'm here for you from 10:30 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon or any amount in between. It's up to you. And you have access to all of my tools, my stamps, everything. Okay. You bring your own work, you bring your own projects, and you work on them. And I'm here to help if you need the help. So yeah, you can bring a lunch. I have a fridge, I have a microwave. So, and I always have coffee, tea, and bottled water available. So yeah, so let me know if you're in the Calgary area and you're interested in that. It's always a small group. I don't like any more than 6 ladies here at any one time. And once you see back there, once all of these boxes are out of the way, you'll see what I mean. It's a great space. All right, it really is. Okay, so that is that. Now I wanted to share my screen with you just for a moment. Oh, and of course it's gone. Just hang on a minute here. It always goes away. Okay, try that again. There we go. Okay, so what you are looking at right now is the Creative Memories website for Canada and my website in particular. And I just wanted to talk to you for a couple of minutes about sort of the ins and outs of buying this envelope in Bow Creator. Okay, so you can see here what it looks like. Okay, right there. Okay, it's $31.50 plus shipping and GST. And it's, if you do a lot of cards or wrap presents or like to put dimensional embellishments on layouts, you really, really want to get this tool. Trust me, because it's pretty amazing. All right, so the other thing I wanted to show you about this, just maybe it's down below here. Oh no, of course not, it's not there. I'm going to have to search. All right, because when they came out with the envelope and bow creator, they also came out with envelope paper packs. All right, and they're based on the craft type of coloring, but they're not craft cardstock. They're much thinner than that because you need, for making envelopes, you need somewhere between 20 and 45 pounds. All right, you don't want to go any heavier than 45 pounds, and I'll show you why in a couple of minutes. But they have here, if you want to make 5x7 envelopes, then you want this kit right here. There's 12 sheets in it, okay, and they're cut already for you to the size you need, which is 9 5/8 inches square. All right, so that's for the 5x7s. Then they also have for where are we here, 3.5 by 8.5 for the slimline size, if you like those. Okay, and again, it's with the craft theme. Now, if you notice here, you can see, and I can't show this to you because I don't have this size yet. I have ordered some. It's white on one side and then craft on the other. So you can put the craft on the inside or you can put the white on the inside. It's entirely up to you. Okay, and then they've also got 4x6. Okay, it's kind of cool. Stripes on one side, plain on the other. I like that. And now, was there another one? Did I see another one here? Okay, got Slimline. That's the cards and envelopes pack, 5x7. More cards and envelopes, 5x7. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so you can also get the envelope and paper packs together, like they've already made the envelopes for you. But if you like making your own, and I do, and I love having the coordination, then these are for you. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share. Okay, and I'm just going to close that. Okay, and I'm going to minimize that. And now I'm going to switch my camera over to the table. And are you ready for this? You're going to love this. Look at that lighting. Is that not amazing? And I know I've got a cord here. Oh, I've got so many cords. There. Okay. I still haven't figured out how I want my whole desk thingy to go. And I see that I'm crooked. I did find the screw for my camera. So it's now stationary, and that's all good. Just a couple of things out of the way here. All right, so first of all, let's have a look at the tool itself. I want to just zoom in here because you're going to want to get a close up at this. Okay, so this half is sort of all about the envelope creating, and then this, well, not half, more than half. And then this part over here is about the bow making. All right. And you'll see here there's a chart, a very large chart. Do not panic. All right, because this is a very easy chart to follow. The first column for all three is the card size. All right, so if you want to make a 5x7 card, and the first number, it just goes up in increments, starting with 2 and ending with 6 here. All right, if you want to make a 5x7 card, you're just going to go down the line until you see 5x7. Now, the second column is how big your piece of paper needs to be to make an envelope for a 5x7 card. All right, and in this case, it is 9 5/8. Okay, and I know it's small, but you know what I did? I took a picture of it, and I have it on my phone, and I can enlarge it. I can see the horrors of getting old. All right, and then the third column is where you're going to put your paper over here to mark it or to score it. All right, so very, very simple to do. And I'm going to walk you through doing that right now. Okay, now there's also, and if my hand sort of seems awkward tonight, it's because it is. Arthritis is a horrible affliction. And this afternoon I picked up something off the floor and I wrecked my finger. So what to say about that? Except that it's just very sore. Okay, so here we go. This is how it looks when it's fully open. And you do need to have it fully open when you are creating your envelopes. Okay, not for the bows, but definitely for the envelopes. Okay, and you also will need some sort of glue. I'm going to use this glue tonight because it dries really fast. All right. Where's my paper? I just had it. Okay, so we said 9 5/8. And I decided I'm just going to go with because it's just so darn cheerful. Okay, so we want 9 5/8. Just going to move this over a bit. And there's only one number there for the size of the paper you need to cut because they're always square. Always square. Now I'm making it for a 5 by 7 because it's big and it's easier to see. All right, I will show you. I want to do a smaller one as well. And I'll show you that in a minute, and then we'll go on to those. Okay, so now we know that for 5 by 7, we have to start at 4 1/8. All right, so what I am going to say here, this is the scoring tool that comes with it, and I don't like it. The ball on the end of it is way too fine for this, for using this kind of paper, because you're using a lightweight paper. And so I really have, well, you may like it, but I have trouble not ripping the paper. Okay, so I'm putting that back in the little storage spot right there. And I got out the scoring tool from my old envelope maker, which is a We Are Memory Keepers. I think that's, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so we want to start at 4 1/8. So we're going to turn our paper. We're going to put it up against this guide right here. And then we're going to put it at 4 1/8. Okay, and I'm just going to close up so you can see that right here, 4 1/8. Okay, and then back we go, because now I'm going to start up here where my indent, my scoring indent is. I'm just going to score that all the way down. And you see, that's why you need to have this guide open, because it just gives you a nice straight edge. Then you are going to go back up to the top, and here is your next scoring guide. And, oops, there's that finger again. Okay, and you're just going to score it all the way across to run off the page. Okay, so that's your first step. Now you want to turn it so that you have the opposite side to where you just scored. So I'm going to turn it like this. And I'm going to repeat the whole thing. I'm going to start at 4 1/8 inches. Right there. And I'm going to go up to this first scoring dent or what, trough. And score there. And then I'm going to do the same. Whoops. I have trouble with that one. Okay. All right. So that is it. Okay. We can put this away. Over to here. Now I want to show you what you get. So you can see here, there's a little a V. Okay. And if I turn it, there's another V. Just trying to get it the right angle so you can see it. Hold it a little bit. That will look better. So you can see the V right there. Okay, and then here as well. So that on all four sides. Okay, so also, so you can see better on this side. There. Okay, there's our scoring line. Scoring line, scoring line, scoring line. Okay, and that is what the shape and size of your envelope is going to end up to be. All right, so before we fold, okay, I'm going to bring my creator back in, and I'm going to be using the notch punch for this right here. It's nice and close so you can see what I'm doing. All right, and what I'm going to do, you can do this on either side of the paper. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do on the back side just because I think you can see it a little bit better. But I'm going to aim for this notch right here. All right, and what I'm going to do, you can see this, is right here. There's a notch on the notch punch right here. Okay, so that's one of your guides, and then the other guide is these little arms that are coming out. So what you want to do is center that first V so that where the lines intersect or meet is right where that little notch is in the middle. You're going to push it straight in till it lines up with this guide right here. And what should happen is these little arms will be on either side of your two score lines. When you have that, you just hit the punch, okay? And that's what you get. So I'm going to do the same thing on all four sides. I'm going to line up where the two lines meet, matching up with the notch. And then I'm going to make sure that these little arms are an even amount on either side of the score lines. And I'm just going to keep turning this around until I have all four done. Yep, that's good. Okay, and for our last one, it's good. Okay, so now we have our envelope paper notched on all four sides. Okay, now for this card in particular, I'm going to have the sides be the short sides. You can decide. You can have it this way if you want. All right. And so I want to trim off these points for the top and the bottom. And now all I have to do is use this side of the punch to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up here and here with these guides and punch so that's a nice rounded edge. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite corner. All right, now if you want, you can do these sides as well. You can do no sides if you want, or you can leave them all pointed. It's up to you. Okay, get rid of our little extras. Okay, I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I usually fold in my sides first. Okay, and I want this very bright side to be on the outside. So I'm just going to fold it over on the score line. That finger is really in the way tonight. I'm just going to burnish it, give it a nice crisp edge. Now the reason why I like to fold the sides in first is because that's where you're going to put your glue. All right. So bottom, top, they're the same. You can pick whatever you want. All right. I'm just going to quickly burnish this one. Okay. Then I'm going to open it back up, and we want to put glue here and here. You don't need a lot. Okay, and this Aqua by Tombow is very sturdy glue. So I'm just doing a small little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to hold these down and flip this up. And then I'm just going to hold this. And this glue dries very quickly, so I don't need to hold it for very long. All right, and then I'm going to flip this around, not quite dry yet. Okay, and then I'm going to burnish the flap on this pattern for an envelope. That's so cool. It would also look cool the other way too, I think, to have that just that little hint of the polka dots peeking out from there. But isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, so that's that one. I do want to show you one that I did earlier. Okay, my finger was really hurting. I mean, really bad. It wasn't long. See, I can't even push on that. So I kind of had a bit of a problem with the burnishing, and I got it a little off center with my notches, but I think it turned out very nicely. And on the inside, I have these circles. Cool. All right, so those are my 2 5x7s. Now what I want to do one more. So I want to show you a different format that I did. Well, not format, just a different way to trim points. Okay, so I want to make for a 2 by 3.5, which is a gift card size. So my paper needs to be 5 inches square. Now this paper that I'm using is actually really old. And oops, it's several years ago, Stampin' Up! Brought out a whole line of envelope weight paper that coordinated with the collections at the time. Okay, and this was their, not vanilla, but they call it something like that. Right. So it's a teeny card, so it's a teeny envelope. Okay. All right, so our punch guide, we're going to start at 2, and I don't need this for it because it's a small card. So we're starting at 2. And at this point, I don't think you need me to show you where I started it, right? Because we've already talked about that. Okay, so there's my first one. And now I'm going to do the opposite side. So I'm starting at 2. So this is a little different technique than the Creative Memories. No, We Are Memory Keeper. Okay, so here you can see the shape of the card. It's going to be. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my notches. Remember, I want where the lines intersect to be right where that notch is. And then the arms to be evenly spaced on either side of the score lines. Again. Oops. I have to make up my mind here. What I am doing. I am so thrilled with this lighting. You know, you'll notice it's not centered on your paper, and it's not supposed to be because it's a rectangle. It's going to end up to be a rectangle. All right, so I'm just going to move that out of the way for a moment. And bring my trimmer back in. All right, so now these are the sides. I've picked these as the sides. And so what I want to do with this is going to be my bottom tab. So that would be, where's my card? Okay, that would be this tab right here. All right, what I'm going to do, instead of doing a corner rounding, I'm going to trim it flat. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up. We roll on it 3 inches. Okay, and then I want this tip to also be at 3 inches. Okay, so 3 inches at there and 3 inches at there. And that's just to make sure I get a nice straight line. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim that little piece off. So that'll be the bottom. And no, it won't. What am I thinking? Oh, okay, well, I guess now it is. Why I did that. Okay, so we're going to make this a top loading one. All right, so now these are the sides. Turn it over. And this is very lightweight paper. I think it's only like 25 pounds, something like that. I definitely want to have that corner. Right, so sides. I just have to keep myself oriented here. All right, so I'm going to push those in. Okay, this is not how it's supposed to be, but because of the way that I trimmed it on this on the wrong side is what I did. All right, so that is how that's going to look, which I don't like. Can't really see it. Okay, so let's just quickly do another one. See, the thing is with these is it's so easy to create these. Just need another piece of 5 by 5 square paper. All right, and we know we're starting at 2. So let's just do that. And then we can move on to bows. How's my time? Oh, I'm almost out of time already. Okay, I'm going to just really be fast here. All right, so now do this on the correct side. All right, and I'm lining up the top point, the bottom point, just so I get a straight cut. So I really, really want to show you the bow maker. Okay, and I'm going to notch. Because this is one of the really fun things about working with Creative Memories product now, is that even stuff that came out a while ago is new to me. Okay, so I think that's kind of cool. Okay, so now we've got the sides. So I'm going to fold those in. I'm going to fold that in. And then I'm not burnishing or anything because I'm doing this fast. All right, so now this is the bottom. All right, and I'm going to show you up close how that looks. So that's just another way that you can finish that off. And then if you want, you can leave that pointed or you can round the corner of it. All right, now I do want to mention before I move on to bows, all right, that this bow maker, or this envelope maker does not make note of 2 of the most common sizes of cards. And that's the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and the 3 1/2 by 8 1/2. Okay, and I don't know why, but I can tell you that my old envelope maker also did not have the measurement on it for this size, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so if you need those measurements, let me know. All right. So now let's move on to bows. Okay, bows, pretty simple. Now I just want to show you this one. This one I made from cardstock that is 60-pound weight. This is too heavy. All right, you can see like it doesn't bend. You get a mark wherever you try and bend it, and you have to have paper that is bendable. So here we are. So matching my beautiful envelope, I made this is the extra large. This is the largest bow you can make. All right, and you can see how it looks here. And the finished measurement on it is, we're happy. Tip to tip is 5¼ inches from here to here. All right, and you can see how nicely this lighter weight paper just bends. It doesn't crease or make lines. All right, so it's nice. Okay, so I can't get rid of my trimmer just yet because I need to paper. All right, so now we're going to talk about the chart for the bows, and it's a little different. Same principle. So you've got your bow size in the first column. All right, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 sizes from extra small to extra, extra large. Okay, and the next column is how wide you want to cut your paper. All right, so if I wanted to make another big bow, or no, you know what? I think I'm going to make a small bow this time so we can see from what size to what size. So I want a strip of paper that is 1 inch wide. Okay, so I'm just going to put that over the side for a minute. And I'm using some envelope paper, some old Stampin' Up! Envelope paper, because it's a really nice weight. You could also use wrapping paper, like. Okay, so I've got my 1 inch strip, and then now we've got the different lengths. So you can see you're going to be cutting 3 pieces of paper, 1, 2, 3, or A, B, C over here. All right, so the length of A will be 6 inches, the length of B will be 3½, and the length of C will be 1/4 inch. Okay, so I'm going to cut those. I can get it all from one strip. So I want one that's 6 inches long, one that's 3½ inches long, and one that is, what did I say, 1/4 on this side. Get out of the way. Okay, so this piece, you don't have to do anything to it. You just set it to the side. Don't lose it because it's teeny. All right, I'll just get this trimmer. Okay, so I'm going to take my longest piece first. And this to be right here. I'm going to close up again because I want you to see what I'm doing here. All right. So here's my longest piece of paper. All right, I'm going to bend it, okay, so that I can meet both ends, the skinny ends. All right, and I want them lined up as best as I can, just like that. And then on this side, you just want to just give it just a little bit of a deeper bend. You just want to mark that spot just a little bit without actually folding it. All right, so the first step that we're going to do is put it in from the side. We're going to line it up here with the guide, and we're going to put it in so that the end of the paper meets that little notch that's in the middle. And then we're going to punch. Okay, and that gives us a little notch there. Then we're going to turn the paper like this. We're going to do the same thing, but from the other side. So I'm making sure that the end of my paper meets that notch that's in the middle. All right, so now we can open it up, and you can see your 2 ends are identical. Now that place that you marked it right there, okay, you're going to notch right there. And so you want that bend mark to be right at the notch here. I'm going to turn it around and do exactly the same thing. Okay, and that piece is done. Now you want to take your shorter piece. All right, you're going to do the same thing again. All right, you're going to make your ends meet as closely as you can. You want to give it just a little bit of a bend there. Okay, and this time we're going to put it in from the end. And you want to center it on that mark. All right, so I have not measured it. I'm just eyeballing. Okay, if you need to, you can measure. Okay, and now we have the tails. Pretty cool, right? Now we open it up again. And you can see your two tails. And we've got our little mark in the middle. And I'm going to notch those out as I did the other piece. Okay, and now our second piece is ready. Okay, and that is actually it for the bow maker. We don't need to use the bow maker anymore. I'm going to bring this out a little bit here. Okay, so this is the bottom piece. This is the top piece. And this is the cover. Okay, so we're going to just flip this over because I want my polka dots to be on the outside or on the right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dot of glue right there. I'm going to show that to you closer. Now I have not put it right in the middle. All right, so what I'm going to do here, without folding this, I'm just going to bend it over and I'm going to match up the edge here and the edge here. All right, you're not matching it in the middle, right in the middle. Because right in the middle is sort of no man's land with this bow. Then we're going to turn it around. Oh, I didn't hold it long enough. Okay, and you'll notice I'm not folding this. Okay, I just bent it. And I'll show you the finished look in a moment here. Okay, so now I want another little dot of blue here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm bending the paper, not folding it. And I'm going to match up the sides. So I'm matching here and here. All right, and so you see what I mean by no man's land is both of them sort of are in the middle. I just want to hold that for a moment just to make sure that it's completely dry. Okay, so now you could use the plain side for the base of your bow if you wanted, or you can keep it all matching and have the polka dots. Okay, so this is where our two end pieces meet. Okay, and this is the front. Okay, and so it's just going to settle down right here, right like that. So you can decide, and I think I actually want to have the plain side up. So what I'm going to do here is now I can put my glue right in the middle. Okay, and I want to make sure that the side that does not have the ends is on the top. All right, you can see here, hopefully, the ends. Okay, and then I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to match it up to the notches. All right, I'm not trying to match anywhere else except these notch lines here and here. And I'm just going to hold it for another moment to make sure that glue is dried. And that kind of looks nice with the plain paper on the base. Okay, so there's our bow, and then our finishing touch. And because I used the plain on the bottom, I'm going to use the plain for this piece as well. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right in the middle there. Okay, and then I'm going to place that down right here. And I'm just centering it. That's about right. Perfect. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that end and on that end, not too much. And I'm just going to fold it over straight. Okay, now I know that there is a curved notch there, but I want the center part of the bow to actually be straight. By straight, I'll show you what I mean in just a second here. Remember, this is the back side. All right, so what I mean by straight is right here. All right, we know that that was curved on the bow, but I want the that little tiny piece, I want it to be straight across. All right, there you go. Now I did get a bit of a fold there, but it's not too bad. Okay, and I want to show you. Let's go back out again. Let's go away here. So here's the biggest size, and here's the little one. So cute. I love it. Okay, I'm going to switch my camera over. I think I went crooked again. Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. All right, just let me switch over. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. All right, and I hope you give the envelope and bow creator a try because it's a lot of fun. All right, and you can do so many very cool things with it. So I guess that's it for tonight. So make sure, where's my phone? Uh-oh. Okay, 2 weeks from tonight, whatever night that is, I will be back right here. I haven't decided what I'm going to talk about yet. If you have any ideas or anything you'd like to see from Creative Memories, please let me know. I'd be happy to do that for you. But anyways, 2 weeks from tonight, so today is the 8th plus 14th, 22nd. January 22nd, I will be here. Just happens to be my oldest son's birthday too. All right. Again, please, if you liked the video, if you felt like you got something out of it, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel on YouTube. And the more people that like and subscribe, the more people will see it. Thank you very much.